Hello students. From the last class we are discussing about control and coordination in animals. In the previous class only we have discussed about exocrine glands, endocrine glands, nervous system, etc. Today let us discuss about few examples of endocrine glands. Endocrine glands are the ductless glands. Endocrine glands are ductless glands. That means the secretions of the endocrine glands are directly poured into blood. The secretion of endocrine glands are directly poured into blood. Ductless gland means absence of tube-like structure. Absence of tube-like structure. Their secretion is directly poured into blood are called as endocrine glands. Whereas exocrine glands are the glands having ducts. That means the secretion of the exocrine glands are poured into the blood stream through the help of duct or tube-like structure. Examples of endocrine glands includes pituitary gland. Pituitary gland is one of the endocrine gland present near the brain, and the hormone secreted by the pituitary gland is the growth hormone. Growth hormone is secreted by the pituitary gland. Growth hormone is secreted by the pituitary gland or GH, means growth hormone. This growth hormone plays an important role in the growth of the body. That means the secretion or production of excess of growth hormone. Production or secretion of excess of growth hormone during childhood period, excess secretion of growth hormone during childhood period leads to excess growth. Whereas the secretion of less growth hormone leads to stunted growth. Secretion of less growth hormone leads to stunted growth. Stunted growth means reduced growth. Stunted growth or reduced growth, that condition is called as dwarfism. Reduced growth or stunted growth is called as dwarfism. Dwarfism is nothing but stunted growth or reduced growth. Secretion of less growth hormone or low level of growth hormone leads to stunted growth, or that is called dwarfism. This is about growth hormone secreted by the pituitary gland. Other than this growth hormone, pituitary gland secretes FSH, means follicle stimulating hormone. It secretes follicle stimulating hormone, LH or luteinizing hormone, TSH means thyroid stimulating hormone, etc. Pituitary gland secretes mainly growth hormone, FSH or follicle stimulating hormone, LH or luteinizing hormone, TSH or thyroid stimulating hormone, etc. Then the next endocrine gland, next one is the thyroid gland. One more endocrine gland, that is thyroid gland. Thyroid thyroid glands are present on either side of the neck. Here, thyroid glands are present on either side of the neck. It mainly secretes the hormone called thyroxine. Thyroid gland secretes the hormone called as thyroxine. Thyroxine hormone. For the secretion of thyroxine, iodine is essential. Iodine is essential for the secretion of thyroxine hormone. We need to take iodized salt. That iodine is essential for the secretion of the hormone called thyroxine. Thyroxine hormone mainly regulates the carbohydrate, protein and lipid metabolism. It regulates the carbohydrate, protein and lipid metabolism. Thyroxine is a hormone secreted by the thyroid gland which mainly regulates the carbohydrate, protein and lipid metabolism in the human body. For this, thyroxine hormone is essential. The presence of low level of iodine affects on the synthesis of thyroxine hormone. And presence of low level of iodine leads to a condition called goiter. Presence of low level of iodine leads to a condition called goiter. Or one can identify the presence of low level of iodine in the body by the condition goiter, and the main symptom of the goiter is the swollen neck. Swollen neck is the main symptom of goiter. Goiter is the condition which occurs due to the presence of low level of iodine in the human body. Presence of low level of iodine in the human body affects on the synthesis of thyroxine hormone. And there are two conditions: secretion of low level of thyroxine hormone, and another one is secretion of higher level or high level of thyroxine hormone. This is about thyroid gland. Next one is adrenal gland. Adrenal gland is the endocrine gland. Two adrenal glands are present above the kidney. One adrenal gland is present above the left kidney, and another adrenal gland is present above the right kidney. And adrenal glands are triangular shaped. Means, see, this is a kidney. Above this kidney here adrenal gland is present. Two kidneys are present. Above both the kidney, adrenal glands are present, and these adrenal glands are triangle shaped. Adrenal gland secretes the hormone that is called as adrenaline. Adrenal gland secretes the hormone called adrenaline. Adrenaline is the hormone secreted by the adrenal gland. And this adrenaline hormone is also called as emergency hormone. It is also called as emergency hormone. Adrenaline is the hormone commonly called as emergency hormone. That means this hormone is essential. This hormone is essential to maintain the conditions in emergency situations, or in order to handle the emergency situations, adrenaline hormone is essential. This adrenaline hormone mainly increases the rate of heartbeat. It increases the rate of heartbeat during emergency situations. When the rate of heartbeat increases, that pumps more blood. That means more oxygen is supplied to various parts of the body. Adrenaline increases the rate of heartbeat, that pumps more blood. That means the supply of more oxygen to the skeletal muscles or to the different parts of the body. And when the heartbeat increases, the rate of respiration also increases. Then the supply of more oxygen to the skeletal muscles helps in the synthesis of more energy. Supply of more oxygen to the skeletal muscles helps in the synthesis of more energy, which is essential to maintain the emergency situation. Then the next endocrine gland is the pancreas. Pancreas. Pancreas contains two portions. One is exocrine portion and another one is endocrine portion. Because the exocrine portion of the pancreas secretes the digestive enzymes and which plays a major role in the digestion of food particles. Pancreas contains two portions such as exocrine portion and endocrine portion. Means pancreas behaves as exocrine as well as endocrine gland. The exocrine portion of the pancreas secretes or produces the digestive enzymes which helps in the digestion of food, whereas the endocrine portion of the pancreas secrete the hormone called insulin. Endocrine portion of the pancreas secretes or produces hormone called insulin, and this insulin is essential for the maintenance of glucose level in the blood. Insulin is the hormone which maintains blood glucose level. Blood glucose level. Insulin is a hormone secreted by the exocrine portion of the pancreas that maintains blood glucose level. The secretion of low level of insulin in the human body increases the level of glucose in the blood. That condition is called as hyperglycemia. Secretion of low level of insulin in the human body leads to increased level of glucose in the blood. When there is an excess of glucose in the blood, at that time the endocrine portion of the pancreas starts to secrete the insulin. When the level of glucose in the blood increases, at that time the endocrine portion of the pancreas secretes or produces the hormone called insulin, and that insulin hormone maintains the blood glucose level. When the level of glucose in the blood comes to normal, then the secretion of insulin by the endocrine portion of the pancreas is stopped. When the level of glucose in the blood increases, at that time endocrine portion of the pancreas secretes insulin. When the level of glucose in the blood comes to normal or decreases, at that time the secretion of insulin by the endocrine portion of the pancreas stop. The next endocrine gland is the testis. Testis. It is the endocrine gland present in males. Testis is the endocrine gland present in males. And this testis secretes a hormone called testosterone. Testosterone is the male sex hormone. Testosterone is the male sex hormone. Testis is one of the endocrine gland present in males which secretes a hormone called testosterone. And this testosterone hormone controls the development of the secondary sexual organs in males. Testosterone hormone controls the development of the secondary sexual organs like testes and the production of sperms and the development of the secondary sexual characters in males also controlled by the hormone called testosterone. And the secretion of testosterone begins at puberty. Next one is ovary. Ovary. Another endocrine gland is ovary, and ovary is present in females. Ovary is the endocrine gland present in females. 2 ovaries are present. In males, 2 testes are present. In females, 2 ovaries are present. And this ovary secrete the female sex hormone called estrogen. It secretes the female sex hormone called estrogen. It is the female sex hormone. Estrogen hormone controls the development of secondary sexual organs in females, and also it controls the secondary sexual characters. Estrogen is the female sex hormone secreted by the ovary which controls the development of the secondary sexual organs as well as it controls the secondary sexual characters in females. This is about different endocrine glands. In detail, in first year, we are going to discuss about all these glands and various hormones secreted by each gland with functions. In 10th standard only, I have studied about the endocrine glands in brief. But here, the last chapter, chemical coordination and integration chapter, we are going to study in detail regarding the various hormones secreted by different endocrine glands and their functions. Next one is coordination in plants or control and coordination in plants. Chemical coordination in plants or how the activities are controlled in case of plants, because in plants there is no nervous system or no nerves are present. Hence, all the activities are controlled and coordinated by the secretion of hormones. There are mainly 2 types of plant hormones. Plant hormones are the chemicals. There are 2 types of plant hormones, such as one is plant growth promoters, and another one is plant growth inhibitors. Plant growth promoters and another one is plant growth inhibitors are the two types of plant hormones. Plant growth promoters means they promote or they help in the growth of the plant. Examples for plant growth promoters are auxins, gibberellins, and cytokinins. Auxins, gibberellins, and cytokinins are the plant growth promoters, whereas the abscisic acid and ethylene are the plant growth inhibitors. Auxins, gibberellins, and cytokinins are the plant growth promoters, whereas abscisic acid and ethylene are the plant growth inhibitors. Because this abscisic acid and ethylene mainly controls the growth, and it also, particularly abscisic acid promotes wilting or curling of leaves, and it promotes falling of leaf. Abscisic acid, whereas the ethylene is the hormone which promotes the transverse growth, that helps in increasing thickness, and it inhibits longitudinal growth. Ethylene inhibits longitudinal growth, and it is the hormone in gaseous state. Ethylene is the hormone which is present in gaseous state. Plant growth promoters like auxins, gibberellins, and cytokinins are helpful in the growth of the plant. For example, auxins, one of the main plant growth promoter which helps in growth of the cells. Auxin helps in the growth of the cells, and also it helps in the formation of root. Whereas the gibberellins, it also promote the growth in stems and leaves. Gibberellins helps or promotes the growth in case of stem and leaves, and it also promotes the size and number of fruits. It also promotes the formation of fruit, means it increases the size and number of the fruits. Cytokinin is another plant growth promoter. It is essential for the cell division. Cytokinin is the plant growth promoter which is essential for the cell division, and also it is required for the differentiation of cells. It is required for differentiation of cells. This is about plant hormones and coordination in plants. Now let us discuss in brief regarding nucleic acids, the genetic material. Nucleic acids. DNA and RNA are called as nucleic acids. DNA or deoxyribonucleic acids. deoxyribonucleic acids, RNA ribonucleic acids, ribonucleic acids. DNA is the genetic material in case of human beings, other animals, whereas RNA is the genetic material in most of the viruses. And there are some viruses having DNA as a genetic material. In some viruses, RNA is the genetic material, and in some viruses, DNA is the genetic material. And DNA is the genetic material in case of human beings, plants, and in other animals. There are two cell organelles which have their own DNA. The two cell organelles like chloroplast and mitochondria. Chloroplast and mitochondria are the two cell organelles having their own DNA, their own genetic material. DNA or RNA contains genes. DNA contains genes. Means in case of eukaryotic cell, consider it's a nucleus. In the nucleus, here chromosomes are present. Chromosomes are present, and in that chromosome, DNA is present. And this DNA is double-stranded. DNA is double-stranded. This DNA contains genes. DNA contains genes. During sexual reproduction, this genetic information or genes are transferring from parents to offspring, or from parents to daughter cells. Genetic materials or genes are transferring from one generation to another generation during sexual reproduction. Genes are responsible for the characters. Each character is controlled by the genes. Each character is controlled by the gene. DNA and RNA mainly contains three components. The three components present in the DNA and RNA are the if we see the chemical composition of DNA and RNA, then it contains three components such as sugar. Three components are sugar, nitrogen bases, another one is nitrogen bases, and third one is phosphate group. These are the three components present in the DNA as well as in RNA. The sugar present in the DNA is called as deoxyribose sugar. The sugar present in the DNA is called as deoxyribose sugar, whereas the sugar present in RNA is called as ribose sugar. Or in DNA, deoxyribose sugar is present, and in RNA, ribose sugar is present. Then nitrogen bases includes two types. Nitrogen bases includes two types such as pyrimidines and purines. Pyrimidines and purines are the two types of nitrogen bases. There are two pyrimidines in DNA such as cytosine and thymine. Cytosine and thymine are the two pyrimidines present in DNA. Whereas in RNA, instead of thymine, uracil is present. Instead of RNA, instead of thymine, uracil is present in case of RNA. That means the two pyrimidines present in RNA are cytosine and uracil. Cytosine and uracil are the two pyrimidines present in RNA. The two pyrimidines present in DNA are cytosine and thymine. Then two purines present in DNA are adenine and guanine, and same purines are present in RNA also. Purines present in DNA and RNA are adenine and guanine, whereas the pyrimidines of DNA are cytosine and thymine. Pyrimidines of RNA are cytosine and uracil. Cytosine and uracil. Next component is phosphate group. Phosphate group is present in both DNA and RNA. So, sugar, nitrogen bases and phosphate group are the three main components present in DNA and RNA, which carries genes, or DNA and RNA are also called as genetic material, which gets transferred from one generation to another generation. Thank you.